Hi there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your reading for the week of November 22nd through 28th of 2021. Okay, I'm glad that the angels remind me to just look and double check what the date is for this one. I did have it wrong a couple of times ago, and the energy still worked. And the messages come through just like they're supposed to. So a good thing they always know what's going on so that I don't always have to. Okay. All right. So we've got the mermaid cards out first, and now we have the goddess cards. Totally not gender specific. Yes, it says goddess cards, but that is not only for the women. Sorry, cards went flying, but it was a lot of them. So we'll just keep shuffling. So yes, goddess means just everyone. This is not specific to only women. Okay, so everyone has their inner god or goddess. This is your highest self. And this is the part of you that knows your full worth, that knows how essential you are in the fabric of the world. Every single soul, every single energy has its place. And without any one of these, it changes the entire dynamic of the world. Okay. Okay, so now we have, and that's what we're talking about when we say goddess cards. All right, so let's see. So let's start here with the positive energy. Anybody who's in your life who's always a naysayer, just a downer, who when you come in contact with them, you kind of go, oh, because you're just going to get dragged down into that low vibe energy. Ugh. Stay away from those people for now. They're not doing you any favors. It's not that you're cutting people out of your life or anything like that. You're protecting your energy because you need to be more, be able to stay more positive is what it is. And in fact, get more positive. It feels like you're kind of on a bit of a low vibe yourself, right? So hanging around with people who are also there doesn't help either of you. You keep dragging yourselves, each other down. So what you need is people, whether in person or whether over like videos or things like that, people who are vibing higher. You need to contact them. Watch funny movies or comedians, or spend other ways laughing, maybe with children, or make sure you're drinking enough water is a big thing. To if you're dehydrated, you can't hardly function, right? So make sure that you're looking after yourself that way, and the good food and all that kind of stuff. And when you catch yourself being down, this takes tremendous effort, but you're worth it. When you catch yourself being down, get up out of your chair, move around, maybe do some exercise, maybe clean something that you've been trying to get to for months, or organize something, rearrange things. Go for a walk outside. All those kinds of things, like get yourself up off your chair, because that's going to increase your vibration. If you stay sitting there, you will just sink lower. It's just the way it works, right? So get up and for example, when you go for a walk, look at the sky instead of looking at your feet. Look up and around you and feel the air and smell it and taste it, and wave at the neighbors. Just put a smile on your face and stride along with confidence. And it just feels so good. And then when you get back, you'll be still vibing higher, right? So do that for yourself today. This is self-care. Do that every day this week. There you go. That that walking or cleaning something or whatever qualifies as your quiet time. It does. It is without electronic distractions, is what they're saying. It's also not in person, like you're not walking with a friend. No, you're just trying to bring yourself to your own awareness, right? And your awareness during your quiet time, during your introspective time, right, is to remind yourself of your value. You're amazing. Look at how much you have accomplished in your life. And instead of looking at the things that you haven't accomplished, like what good does that do? Look at everything you've accomplished and then focus on what you want and how you're going to get there. Yeah, and that's, focusing on those positive things, focusing on what you want rather than what you don't want is going to really, really bring you a lot of wisdom. Beautiful. You are always protected. You and your loved ones are always safe and spiritually protected. So this is your higher self, your guidance system, your guardian angels, your God, your source, your universe, whatever, your angels, certainly. And they always are protecting you. Now, it helps a lot if you're talking to them regularly because you have a stronger connection with them then. But you are always protected. And so when you discover that you're, on a certain path, and you're thinking to yourself, well, a while ago I was really asking for this or that or the other thing. And man, oh man, if I had gotten that, what a big mistake that would have been. That was a product of your protection. The fact that you didn't get that. Yeah. So be aware of that always. You're never alone. You never have to be alone. Just ask. This is also friends and family around you. If you need help with something, just ask. There's no shame in asking for what you need. I know some people don't understand that, and they might even make fun of you a bit for it. That's just because they don't understand, right? And so that's a product of where they're at. But and like honestly, most people know that when you ask for help, that is a beautiful, genuine thing that you are asking them to be with you. And it's awesome. It's lovely. So, are you self-employed? Some of you're sitting there going, no, but man, I'm having issues kind of with my employment. And obviously this is not true for everyone. For some of you, though, it's time to look into being an entrepreneur. You have something really valuable that you're sitting on that you're not sharing with the world. And the world would really embrace that. And so, they're saying that if you decided to start small, start in the evenings and weekends or whatever, when you're not at your they're not saying full-time job. They're saying when you're not at your main job, in your spare time, do other stuff and start to investigate the possibility of going into business, doing that, and that will it brings you to a different frame of mind. Okay, so I'm just hearing too that for some people this is that you're not the entrepreneur, you're not the business owner, but that you run the business or something. So it's a different way of thinking. And it's, let's see, you're a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. And so even if you are the boss in a business. This still is the same. You have a certain amount of freedom, not complete. It's not your business. There other people set the major guidelines, for what can be done there. But you have a little bit of freedom to tweak things, to change things, to see how your little chunk of that company is run. And you can use your entrepreneur mindset to really improve it. And that feels good. Whether there's recognition or not, I'm not seeing, but it feels good for you. So to continue with the other part, if you were to decide that you have something that you'd like to offer as a business, do it. I mean, and you have to keep doing it, right? It's something that you'll need to be consistent about. But it just, okay, and there's more. There's more message here. It's that you've been wanting a change in employment, and there is something out there that you can really sink your teeth into, that it feels like it won't technically be yours, but you'll be able to treat it like it is. They're not giving me any more detail than that, but it's a really good opportunity for you. And so just keep your eyes and ears open. Have a look around, see what's available. And it feels like you've stopped looking recently for something, but you need to look again, because there's something either right away or coming up shortly, soon, that will be for you. Okay. Start delegating. Start delegating. There's things that, you don't have to do absolutely everything. You don't. Somebody else can take care of some of the details. This is kind of along the same lines as this asking for help when you need it. There's no shame in that. I mean, learning how to delegate is a skill, and it's a leadership skill. So, maybe you want to take some leadership courses, things like that, to teach you how to do this with confidence. You don't necessarily, if you're asking somebody to help with something, whether this is at work or whether this is at home, whether it's in your small personal business, wherever it is, it's a skill of a leader to delegate tasks to other people. It doesn't mean they're always the garbage tasks, right? And, if it happens to be a task that you don't like and you don't feel confident doing, why not give it to somebody who's better at it than you? I mean, that other people have different strengths than you do. So let them use their strengths. It's beautiful. They will appreciate the opportunity. And so here we have some father healing necessary, or just finished for some of you. Either way, have a look at your relationship with your father, your grandfather, your maybe even brothers, but it feels like older than you. So, some male, masculine energy kind of in authority sort of over you. Could be teachers, could be your boss, all those things. To see what's going on in that relationship. Maybe there's something there that needs healing. Something that has been holding you back. If you're looking for approval from your father, ask for it. Have a conversation. That feels very difficult. It feels like not something you would readily do, but it might be time. Or, turn your perspective so that it becomes less important to you. But this feels like deep down inside, something that you didn't get from your father figure that you're needing. So ask for it. Okay. Offer some forgiveness too, because anytime you feel like your needs went unfulfilled, there's some part of you that feels the need to forgive. Okay. And so offer that, whether the father figure is receptive or not, or has any idea of lack. Offer it anyway. Okay, so now we have the daily guidance cards with one last bit of wisdom. See only love. Yeah, so that fits in with the father. It also fits in with the entrepreneurship and with the positive energy and nurturing yourself, looking after you, and allowing others to look after you as well. Asking them, in fact, see only love. Instead of seeing judgment, instead of seeing lack, instead of seeing like anything lower, see only love, compassion, acceptance, beauty. Anything else, just take your focus away from it and really focus on the beautiful, loving aspects of your entire life. Okay, that's awesome. All right, Sagittarius, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you, and I love you, and I will see you next week.